Right now, a dangerous split flow pattern is forming across the United States, and if you live anywhere east of the Rockies, what happens in the next 96 hours could directly impact your safety. We are talking about a multi-day severe weather outbreak, strong tornadoes, baseball-sized hail, hurricane-force winds, and then, believe it or not, a blast of winter air cold enough to bring snow as far south as Tennessee. This is not a drill. Over 270 cities are in the crosshairs this week, and I am going to walk you through every single one of them. But here is the key. Stay with me until minute 5 because that is when I will break down the exact hour-by-hour timing for when these storms hit your area. That information could save your life. Now, before we get into the day-by-day breakdown, let me give you the big picture so you understand why this setup is so dangerous. Two separate streams of energy in the upper atmosphere, one diving down from Canada, one spinning off a cutoff low over the southwest, are about to collide and merge into one massive storm system. When that happens, the atmosphere essentially becomes a pressure cooker. Warm, tropical moisture with dew points in the upper 60s and low 70s is surging north from the Gulf of Mexico. Meanwhile, a powerful jet stream with winds exceeding 70 knots at 18,000 feet is screaming overhead. That combination of moisture, instability, and wind shear is the textbook recipe for violent weather. And here's the twist that makes this week different from what we just saw a few days ago. The warm sector is going to be much larger, the moisture much deeper, and the wind shear much stronger. The Storm Prediction Center has already flagged this as a potential significant severe weather outbreak. Let that sink in for a moment. Let us start with today, Sunday. Right now, the biggest threat is across the Carolinas and southeast Virginia. If you live in Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Wilmington, Jacksonville, North Carolina, Greenville, Charlotte, Greensboro, Raleigh, or Virginia Beach, you need to be weather aware this evening. Storms will begin building around 2 to 3 in the afternoon Eastern Time across central Georgia. By 4 to 5, thunderstorms will push into eastern North Carolina and southeast Virginia. Between 6 and 8 this evening, some of these storms could produce damaging wind gusts and hail right along the Carolina coastline. Expect things to settle down after midnight. The overall risk today is a level 1 out of 5. No major tornado threat, but do not let your guard down. Now, here is where things start escalating, and do not skip ahead because tomorrow is setting the stage for what comes Tuesday. Monday brings a level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk across the Deep South. If you live in Little Rock, Jackson, Mississippi, Shreveport, Monroe, Memphis, Birmingham, Montgomery, or anywhere in the Mississippi Delta region, this is your day to prepare. Storms will begin firing as early as 1 to 2 in the afternoon Central Time along the Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi border. By 4 to 5, severe thunderstorms capable of producing large hail, some stones reaching 2 inches in diameter that is golf ball size, will be tracking through the slight risk area. Here is what makes Monday sneaky dangerous. The atmosphere has a lot of cool air sitting just above the storm level. That setup supercharges hail production. We are not just talking about large hail, we are talking about a lot of hail falling in a short period of time. By evening, storms will push into southern Alabama and potentially linger through the overnight hours near Memphis. There is also a 2% tornado probability that could easily get upgraded to 5%. So if you are in this zone, have your safe room identified before you go to bed Monday night. Now Tuesday, this is the day I need everyone to pay very close attention to. The Storm Prediction Center has already issued an enhanced risk level 3 out of 5 for parts of central and north-central Illinois, northeastern Missouri, and a small section of southeastern Iowa. A slight risk, level 2, stretches all the way from southwest Michigan through Chicago, Indianapolis, St. Louis, Springfield, Missouri, Wichita, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Wichita Falls, Abilene, and down to the Texas-Mexico border. The list of cities at risk on Tuesday is staggering. We are talking about Chicago, Detroit, Des Moines, Peoria, Champaign, Bloomington, Decatur, Springfield, Illinois, Quincy, Hannibal, Columbia, Missouri, Kansas City, Topeka, Omaha, Lincoln, Sioux City, Cedar Rapids, Davenport, Rockford, Milwaukee, South Bend, Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, Terre Haute, Evansville, Louisville, Lexington, Cincinnati, Dayton, Columbus, Ohio, Toledo, Cleveland, Akron, Pittsburgh, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Waco, Tyler, Shreveport, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Norman, Lawton, Enid, Stillwater, Wichita, Dodge City, Salina, Topeka, Little Rock, Jonesboro, Fayetteville, Springfield, Missouri, Joplin, Poplar Bluff, Paducah, Nashville, Huntsville, Chattanooga, Knoxville, Birmingham, Jackson, Mississippi, Meridian, Tuscaloosa, and Montgomery. If you heard your city, you need a plan by Tuesday morning. Here is the hour-by-hour breakdown I promised you. Tuesday morning starts quiet. By early afternoon, around 1 to 2 Central Time, storms begin firing across Texas and Oklahoma. This is initially a hail and wind show down south, but the real danger zone is further north. By mid-afternoon, around 3 to 4, supercell thunderstorms will start popping along the warm frontal boundary stretching from northern Missouri into southern Iowa and central Illinois. This is awfully similar to the setup that produced violent tornadoes in Michigan just days ago. Any supercell that develops in this corridor has a high probability of producing tornadoes, and strong tornadoes rated EF2 or higher are absolutely on the table. By 7 in the evening, expect several ongoing supercells west of Chicago with an elevated tornado threat. Storms will also be firing across West Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. Between 8 and 10, those supercells begin clustering as they push toward the Chicago area and eventually into Michigan. By 10 to 11 at night, a full-blown squall line will be racing across central Texas toward Dallas-Fort Worth and central Kansas. This line will carry a significant damaging wind threat with gusts potentially exceeding 75 miles per hour, that is hurricane force. Overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, the line marches east. Damaging winds continue. Isolated tornadoes embedded in the line remain possible. If you are in Indiana, Ohio, or southern Michigan, this is your window. Set your weather alerts before you go to sleep Tuesday night, because these storms will be moving through in the dark. Wednesday brings a second round. A slight risk, level 2 out of 5, extends from Pittsburgh all the way down to Alexandria, Louisiana. Cities at risk include Pittsburgh, Wheeling, Charleston, West Virginia, Lexington, Louisville, Nashville, Memphis, Jackson, Tennessee, Tupelo, Meridian, Hattiesburg, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Lake Charles, Alexandria, Beaumont, Houston, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, Brownsville, McAllen, Laredo, Del Rio, Tyler, Longview, Texarkana, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Greenville, Mississippi, Greenwood, Starkville, Columbus, Mississippi, Florence, Alabama, Decatur, Alabama, Gadsden, Anniston, Atlanta, Macon, Columbus, Georgia, Augusta, Savannah, Jacksonville, Florida, Tallahassee, Pensacola, Mobile, Biloxi, and New Orleans. Wednesday will feature a massive line of thunderstorms stretching from Illinois down into Texas. This is more of a wind and embedded tornado event. Think flying trampolines, downed trees, widespread power outages. The tornado risk on Wednesday may actually be higher than what we saw in the previous round of severe weather, but wait, there is a Thursday threat too. As the system pushes toward the mid-Atlantic and northeast, cities like Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, Wilmington, Delaware, Trenton, Newark, New York City, Hartford, Providence, and Boston could see damaging winds and possibly a quick spin-up tornado from a quasi-linear convective system. Now here is the plot twist nobody is talking about. Right behind this severe weather outbreak, a significant blast of cold air is dropping south. By Thursday night and Friday, freezing temperatures will plunge across the upper Midwest. Wind chills will be brutal. And as we push into the following weekend and early the next week, multiple clipper systems will stack up back-to-back, bringing accumulating snow from the Dakotas through the Great Lakes and into the Northeast. The Euro model is even hinting at a mid-March snowstorm that could impact the mid-Atlantic and southern New England. Some models are showing snow as far south as the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee and even flurries in the North Carolina mountains. This cold pattern is being driven by a sudden stratospheric warming event that has been disrupting the polar vortex for weeks. The Arctic Oscillation is going negative, the North Atlantic Oscillation is following, and that means cold air keeps getting dumped into the eastern United States through late March and possibly into early April. So let me recap the critical timeline for you. Sunday evening, storms across the Carolinas. Monday afternoon through evening, severe storms and large hail across the deep south. Tuesday afternoon through overnight, the most dangerous day, significant severe weather from Texas to Michigan with a strong tornado threat. Wednesday, second round of severe weather from the Ohio Valley to the Gulf Coast. Thursday, lingering severe weather threat along the mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Friday through the following week, winter returns with cold air and snow. Now I have a question for you. Drop a comment right now telling me where you are watching from. I read every single comment, and in our next update, I will give specific forecasts for the areas you mention. The more specific you are with your city and state, the better I can help you prepare. And speaking of the next update, here is what is coming. The short-range models are about to load new data that will give us a much clearer picture of exactly where the strongest tornadoes are most likely on Tuesday. Right now, there are still some wildcard scenarios in play. If the morning convection clears out fast enough, the afternoon storms could be even more explosive than current models suggest. If it lingers, the severe weather could shift further south and become more of a nighttime event, which is actually more dangerous because people are asleep. That information is not available yet, but when the new data drops, I will have a full state-by-state, hour-by-hour breakdown ready for you. We will zoom into your area and show you exactly when the storms arrive, when they peak, and when they finally move out. Do not miss it, because that next video could be the most important weather update of the entire week. Stay safe.